Welcome to the CMD podcast. I'm your host, Dougie Wynn. I'm here today to talk about some subjects people want to talk about. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Hope everybody came back safe and healthy. For those who are traveling over the holiday, traveling back home, please have a safe trip. Take your time, right? Stay awake. No texting. Wear your seatbelt. So important, guys. So important that we do this, right? Today, we want to talk about why there's so much violence in the urban neighborhoods, right? Why is there so much violence in the urban neighborhoods? For those, I mean, like in urban neighborhoods such as Camden, Atlantic City, Passaic, Patterson, Newark, St. Louis, East St. Louis, different neighborhoods. Why there's so much crime in these neighborhoods? Everywhere from carjacking, from murder, from gang violence. Why? We're gonna do a Jadakiss today. Why? So we have to ask ourselves, where does that problem stem from? Where does it start at? And mostly, 9 times out of 10, it's mostly our young men. But the females are getting their hands involved with too, right? They come in and out of that jail too. A lot with them are mostly the domestic violence. A lot with them are females are drugs, right? Everything from selling it to using it, whatever they're doing. But most of the gang violence, most of the violence, and most of the trafficking stuff is from our young men and older men too. That gets me when you get the guys come in there 35, 40 years old, still they getting locked up. So what are we to do about it? Are we supposed to just sit here and just let it happen? No one act like it's nothing happening. No one says anything until somebody gets killed, right? Or no one says anything until there's a white officer killing a black male. Otherwise, it's okay. You see this happening in the black neighborhoods, to where our young black men are steady killing each other, like it's okay, for all different reasons, stupid reasons, right? For taking someone's life, there's no good reason. I keep hearing the black on black crime. Forget it. Get black on black crime. This crime in these urban areas, right? He looked at me the wrong way. He stepped on my shoe. He disrespected my girl. He owed me $20. We have to do better. It's sad there's more black males in the jails than there are in college. That's what's sad. I guess because it's easy to get in jail, but it's hard. But it's hard for us to get tuition paid for. See, that's the problem, right? It's easy to get in jail, but it's hard for us to get tuition paid for. So you get some black kids, young men and young women that are trying to do well, trying to go to school, but we can't pay for their tuition because tuition's so high, and if the parents make halfway decent money, they're not getting no money to put those kids through school. That's another way to keep people down. Easy to go to jail, but it's hard to get tuition paid for. Something about that has to change. Something about that has to change. Like I said, easy to get locked up and go to jail, but it's hard to get your tuition paid for. Got a lot of good young men, young women that are trying to do right, trying to go to school, but no one's fighting for that. So, so most of the time they're forced to either not to go to school, the government's not giving enough money for financial aid, or the parents or whoever taking out student loans and debts are so high that if they do graduate, by the time you're 50, you're still paying student loans back. So what are we doing here? How are we making this better? How are we making our urban areas better? How are we making them better? Now they'll sit there and we'll sit there and we do the front of these cities, right? We cover it up, make it all look good and everything else. People coming from in front of your city, come soon as step into your city, drive through your city. Oh wow, oh, don't look too bad. No, go in the back. Go back there where the root of it's at. Right? Go back there where the single mom is living with those 4 or 5 kids. Go back there to where she's scared to send the kids out to go to the corner store. Go back there. Go see that. Go see where the prostitution is still sky high. Go see where the drug dealing is still going on. Go see that. Go see where the mom is scared to go outside after a certain time. Something has to be done about it. So who do we go to? Where does it start at? I always say it starts at home. The teaching that we have to teach our kids, right? Like I said, we always gonna have one, right? That goes off the rail, right? But we have to make sure that we are in our kids' life to where we talking to these young men and young women about positive stuff, right? Positive stuff. Does it start with the community leaders, right? How much are the community leaders doing? See, most times the community leaders, they want that title, right? They want the title as whether they want that title, right? Clergy want to be clergy on Sundays. Oh yeah, we giving out this, we giving that out. But what are you doing for the community? What are you doing to stop these young men from going out and killing each other? I'm hearing too much on the Philadelphia news every morning. Hearing on the New York news every morning. Young man got killed, got shot down. What is he doing out? 2 o'clock in the morning. I can never understand that. What is he doing out 2 o'clock in the morning? Riding a damn bike. What is he doing out? See, these are the type of discussions that need to be discussed on these podcasts. So you can't be afraid to get checked. Like I was saying, anybody gonna check me? I'm not worried about anybody checking me for talking good stuff. I see a lot of people in the community, again, have these titles. They talk a good game until time to do something. Then when time to say, hey, how are we gonna fix this problem that we have in our urban communities? How are we gonna stop this black on black crime? How are we gonna stop these young men from hurting each other, killing each other? Not enough boys and girls clubs around. Then you have enough boys, then you have boys and clubs, then you have no money to pay the people to go ahead and run these clubs the right way. People that care about these young men and women, that don't want to see them on the street. Mom's trying to work, so the kids are home by themselves. Ain't like back in the day when mom tell you to stay in the house, and then stay in the house. My mom told us to stay in the house. We kept our behinds in the house. No one better not come in that house. So these kids are leaving the house, just doing anything. Gotta have more programs. That money that we send overseas, everywhere else we send this money to, we can't never take care of home first. Can't take care of our community first. See, most time, the leaders don't look like us. So pretty much, most time they don't care because they don't look like us. So they don't put the money into that community. The old saying is every man for himself and God for us all. So we have to do a better job of protecting our own communities. We got to get out there and protect our own communities. Black man, get in your community and start taking care of your kids. Start being accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable for your kids. We can't be asking the teacher to take care of your kids. Look after your kid. You have to take care of your own kid. Stop blaming everybody else. Look in the mirror, blame yourself for your neighborhoods being torn down. There's so much senseless killing in these big old areas, Chicago, St. Louis, wherever. The murders are ridiculous. Every weekend it's popping off. Why? Then we see these young men get locked up, and you're being put away for 30 years. So you're stopping what? The black population from going further forward. We have to do a better job of taking care of our own communities. Community leaders got to get out there. Not only around voting time, election time, we have to get out there. Stop ducking and diving people when people come and ask you the tough questions. Have to get out there. We can't just let this like a blind eye. We don't see it. We see it, we know, we hear it. Hear it on the radio. Hear it on the news. It should be embarrassing that we allow this to happen in our communities. See, where I live, if I see you on the corner, get off the corner. I've been ever see no one on the corner, staying on that corner. Nothing good is happening in the corner. See, growing up, we weren't allowed to hang on the corner. We weren't allowed to pitch no pennies. We weren't allowed to do that stuff. Most time when I grew up in the corner, if you was standing on the corner, somebody was coming past us and shoot you in the behind, shoot you in the ass, something. So my mother said, no hanging on the corners. We knew something bad was going to happen. So we have to make sure that we take care of our communities, right? Take care of our own. We have to police ourselves. Like I said, they're going to take care of the front of the communities. They're going to take care of that. Because they're not being touched. So what, people just don't care no more? It starts in the house though. These are our kids. These are your kids. If you're allowing your kids to run amok, shame on you. Shame on you. Every morning, somebody's getting shot and killed. They're not only the young men, but we got older men doing stupid stuff. Get mad because somebody talked to his girl and go to shoot the guy in broad daylight. What is that? Now your whole life is done. So if you had kids in your life that you was taking care of, now somebody else gonna be taking care of your kid. And that girl you was fighting over, somebody gonna be with her, but she's not gonna wait for you for 30 years. Let's keep this real. So what are we thinking here? We letting our ego get in the way again? This gang violence is ego. He wore the wrong color. He looked at me the wrong way. He stepped in my shoe. He's in my territory. He was on my corner. Again, allowing them to be on the corners. But most people don't have enough heart to even say, you know what, get off the effing corner. Who's going to step up and be a man? Who's going to step up and say, no, we're not going to have this no more. We're not going to tolerate this. We have to do a better job. We have to do a better job. Starts with us. Starts in the house. Then it goes abroad, right? We have got to do a better job. Community leaders, stop ducking. Stop only coming around when it's election time. Stop coming around when it's only election time. We see you. I see you. Everybody wants the title, but nobody wants to do the work. Everybody wants the title, but nobody wants to do the work. Because if somebody's afraid that somebody say, hey, he's stepping out his boundary, and we're going to take that from him. We have to do a better job in our communities, guys. Better job. I know that a lot of people, a lot of us move out of these communities and stuff, and that's okay. But still, if that's where you're from, you have to big it up. You have to promote it. You have to talk. Hey, let's get this better. Most of you guys know I grew up in Camden, New Jersey. Go back there and help the homeless. Go back there and feed the homeless. Go there and talk to some young brothers. This is not the way to do it, guys. See, we can't make excuses why we don't do what we do. We can't let obstacles get in our way of what we have to do. See, it all starts with, again, like I said, it's easy to get in jail, right? But it's hard to get your tuition paid for. Should not be that hard for people to say, you know what, that dude's doing something positive. That kid's doing something positive. That kid is on the honor roll. Dean's list. And they can't get his tuition paid for? Why? Because they're not going to a public university? The whole system's backwards. Get these kids in these classrooms. Let them learn the tech sound. Let them learn the IT stuff. Let them learn that stuff. So important. We have to do a better job. Go into the communities. Your community leaders, you guys want these titles. Do something about it. Do something. You got the title. Now go to work. No, look yourself in the mirror. Don't look at each other, look around at each other. Look in the mirror. What are you doing as a community leader? What are you doing to make this better? See, I don't expect the guy that don't look like me to want to do great in the urban areas because it doesn't affect them. Because it doesn't affect them. But we as a whole, you allow someone to come in and tear up your neighborhood to where your family members can't walk down the street, to where your grandmother can't walk down the street, to where your mother can't walk down the street. That's what's sad. Why are these young men so angry? Why are they so angry? There's all this killing going on, all this beating down. What's going on here? We have to do a better job of taking care of our own homes, right? Taking care of our own kids. We have to do a better job. We can't sit down and expect to send our kids off to the schools and expect the teachers to take care of our kids. No, they're not there. They're there to teach, not babysit. So if your son and daughter can't go there and behave themselves, something's wrong. And that starts at home. We can't use excuses. Oh, well, the mom's on crack, dad's on crack, dad's in jail. Stop it. There has to be some accountability. Shouldn't have to worry about a bus driver trying to drive kids to school and he can't drive the bus because the kids are so unruly and so bad that he can't drive the bus. Or they're throwing things at him on the bus. Or they're beating up the aide on the bus. That all starts at home. Our children should know how to handle themselves, behave themselves when we are not around. They should know there's some consequences if you don't behave yourself. That's the problem. There's no more consequences. Has to be consequences. And no, it's not that. No, that's not being harsh. Cause we trying to raise them to where that they don't go to jail. Then someone ain't telling them when they got to go to sleep. Ain't someone telling them when they got to get when they can get a roll of toilet paper. Someone disrespecting them, calling them names because they don't look like them. No, we want to avoid all that. We have to take care of our own kids, our own children. We got to take care of them. We have to raise them the right way. That next generation, this is what you have to do for your children. You don't want them tearing up the neighborhood. Where is it going to stop at? We have to control that. Where is it going to stop? Somebody has to be held accountable. Has to be consequences. Again, it is not the teacher's job to take care of our kids. Their job is to teach them, to school them, to give them knowledge. Our job is to make sure we raise them right to where that we are teaching them manners to where they know what to do when we're not around. They should hear that they should hear the back of their mind whisper in their ear, if you're not around, hey, what would dad say? What would pop say? What would mom say? This is not only for dad, this is for moms too. Working as a team, right? We have to get together and we have to do a better job with these kids. I know, I get it. There's single moms out here that raise them by themselves. That's what I was talking about earlier. More boys and girls clubs out there. More money into the city. And people to be held accountable for who's giving that money out. So there's no accountability of the money that is given to the cities, right? There's no accountability. It's like I guess what they say. It's like the rooster in the hen house. So you give that money for these recreation programs, right? That's needed. It's needed. And you got the people, the mentors there that are watching these centers to where these kids are coming there and being productive now. You can't let them gang members come up in that center and run havoc in there, right? So you have to spend some money, or maybe on security, or police have to come up in there and just make sure things is good. Do a check every once in a while so they know there's a police presence. But we need this in the urban communities. There's too much gang violence, too much violence, period. Don't have to be gang members. Too much violence, period. What are we doing here? What are we teaching? Comes back to us. Starts at home. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this conversation because it's not a nice conversation. Shouldn't be a nice conversation. Again, most of the time, most people worry about is that title. I'm so and so. I'm so and so. They want the title what comes with, but they don't want to do the work. Forget the titles. Do what's right. Do what's best. What gets me, I get so many people sending me stuff in the morning with different scriptures, this and that, this and this and this and that, blah 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 blah. But do you really mean it? Or are you just sending it just to send it? That all starts with our community leaders. Are you sending it just to send it? Because it looks good. So when you send this stuff, it has to mean something with it. You have to really mean this stuff. When you tell a person that you love them, do you really love them? Do you tell people peace? Do you really mean peace? This is what we should be striving for. More peace in our communities, right? More love in our communities. This is so important. No, I'm not the famous guy that everybody see on TV, whatever. So that's why you don't get the views. But for those who are watching, even if it's 100, at least they're learning. At least they are learning from this, right? That this should what should be going on. This is what we should be doing. Positive stuff in our community. It's needed. We have to save our own children. Ain't nobody gonna save them for us. Because it doesn't touch them. It doesn't affect them. I learned that. If it doesn't affect them, they're not gonna worry about it. This is why they don't come to the suburbs. They stop that stuff at the suburbs Got more police presence. They pay more money to the police in these areas. But they don't want that coming into their neighborhood. But your neighborhood is okay. So it's up to us to stop that black on black crime. It's up to us. Stop this. Stop these guys from doing what they're doing. Gotta be consequences. And it starts at home. We don't wait till they're 14, 15 years old to try to raise them. You guys start early raising these kids. Don't wait till all of a sudden now I want to do 15 years old. I want to raise this. I want to give this boy. I want to put him on punishment. We have to do a better job than what we're doing in our communities. Always the urban communities. What are we doing here? These county jails are so full of our black men. And they're killing each other, right? Over what? They're killing each other over what? Because you looked at me the wrong way. Drugs, money, girls. They busting at the seams, and they love it because they are making money off of it. They're busting at the seams. We have to stop this black and black crime. They're not going to stop it. As long as you don't come to their communities and do it. So we have to stop putting the blame on everybody else for what's going on in our community, for what they're not doing. It starts with us. It starts with our community leaders. It starts with the parents, right? It starts with the parents. That's what it starts at. It starts with the parents first. Then it goes abroad. Again, we can't expect our teachers to raise our kids. And that's what's been going on for so long. The teacher being the mentor to the child. Sometimes it happens that way, or the coach or whatever. I get it because they're with them most of the time. But the parents, we have to do a better job in raising our children. We are the ones that laid down and had these kids, right? So this is what's needed. See, a lot of people don't want to have these conversations. But these conversations are needed. Again, we can't let obstacles stop us from doing what we gotta do. I believe in it. If there's an obstacle in the way, we gotta run through it. When you start running away from obstacles, the obstacles will be back. They're gonna be there when you get back there. So a lot of people who haven't even been raised in that tough area, in the hood and everything else. A lot of people, they act like they've been raised in the hood. They really want to be raised in the hood, right? A lot of people are trying to grasp it. How you get that toughness? How you get that what's inside? See, this was in you from being raised in that type of setting, right? This is in you. You can't teach this. You can't buy this fight. It has to be in you. You have to have heart to run through those obstacles. You can read about it in the book. Somebody can tell you, oh, yeah, that's a great book, whatever. Yeah, cool, yeah. But in order to teach it, in order to know how to show people how to do it, you have to have lived it, right? You have to have lived it. To want to have that fight in you to get out and say, no, what, we're not going to tolerate this no more. We're going to stop this mess. Because that's what it is, it's a mess. We can't let obstacles get us away from our kids getting educated the way they need to be educated. Before, when I growing up, it was oh, you get a high school diploma, right? You're great. Go out and get a job or a trade, right? Then, oh, get a degree. Then you're great. Now you need that master's degree. But again, where's the money coming from? Even if you're out here trying to make money, you have a good job, you still can't pay for it because, oh, you make money, but no, remember, half that money comes out from taxes, right? And you try to feed your family and live somewhere decent, so they don't go through that mess where they can't go to school and from being beat up and bullied at school, or you got to worry about what the kids wearing at school because they'll get bullied and beat up for that. So it's a double-edged sword, right? You try to do the right thing, to raise your kids right, to put your kids in the better surroundings, so they don't have to worry about dealing with that. But then you say, you know what? Okay, we did all this. Now, how you pay for the education? Hmm? How you pay for the education? Everybody's not getting out scholarships, right? But the kid want to go to school and become better, be something better. So this is what has to be fixed. It's really crazy when an athlete can make more money than a teacher. When an athlete can make more money than a politician, than the president of the whole free world, right? The leader of the whole free world, when the athlete makes more money than them. Again, something's wrong with the system. We have to do a better job, the way we raise our children. This is the only way we're going to stop this infighting that's going on in our communities, where our young black men and women are killing each other and they're dropping like flies. First couple of days is okay. They're having these big old rallies and everything about them killing each other. No, what? The following week is all gone. Only time hell is being raised if there's someone from the opposite color, race, is killing one of us. Then all hell breaks loose. Which it should. But we have to do a better job of our men and women killing each other, and they filling up these jails with them. Because you did the crime now. You did it. But you gotta have better options. You have to stop letting these obstacles get in your way from doing what you gotta do. Whether it's drugs, whether it's money, whether it's females that the men are fighting over something that's not yours. I don't care if they're married to him or whatever, your girlfriend. That's not yours. She's not yours. You don't own her. So you're gonna go kill another man over some butter beans. It has to stop. But if no one steps up and do anything about it, it won't stop. If our community leaders don't do nothing about it, it won't stop. If the parents of these children don't take ownership of their kids, not expect the cops to do something, not expect the teachers to do something, but we don't take ownership of our own children. We have to take ownership of our own children and steering them in the right direction, right? Believe me, they're going to make mistakes. We know that. We know that they're going to make mistakes. But we have to do a better job and you know what, and direct them in the right way. And it's got to be consequences when they don't do what they're supposed to do. They ain't going to class, consequences. They misbehaving in school, it's consequences. Take these phones away. Take these computers away. Take all that stuff away. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. Make them go outside and play. They don't want to do that. They don't want to go out and play. They want to sit home, play PlayStation, and be on the phone and social media, right? So growing up, we didn't have that, right? So my mom used to put me on punishment because she knew I like going outside and play sports. So the best way she did for me, I'm gonna lock them down. I did 2 6-month punishments. 2 of them, day for day. I didn't even know what a 180 was back then. I didn't know I had 6 months punishment, day for day. I did it. So while I was in there doing that 6-month punishment, my mother set me down. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna know how to cook, right? You're gonna know how to paint. This was done. It wasn't no easy 6-month punishment. And no getting off, and there was no getting off of no good behavior either, right? So we in the black community, we have to do better than what we're doing. We can't expect everybody to do for us. What I do expect us to do is give more funding for education for us. You go out here and you do a good job, and to go out and get a good, decent job, whatever you're trying to do, send your kids to school, but it's so high that you're in debt for the rest of your life. Because they tell you, oh, you don't qualify for financial aid. So what I do expect them to do that. Get more spending, more money for education. But for them to take care of our own kids, no, I don't expect them to do that. I expect them to supply us with more recreation centers for in the urban communities, so these people have kids have somewhere to go after school. Should be some study groups in there, so have tutors in there, so if they got a problem with schoolwork, they can go in there and learn that stuff. Open up some of these colleges, local colleges at night, community colleges at night, where they can go in there and get free tutoring. Right? But again, people don't want to spend money. They always went, but we can send millions and millions of dollars overseas somewhere that have no effect on us. Again, we have to do a better job. Let's just keep it real. It starts with us. This black on black crime, these young men and women killing each other in these urban areas starts with us. Because we can't control our own children. That's the problem. Let's keep it real. We can't control our own children. Now, one thing people do, they sit there and they look at all the crazy stuff on YouTube and give all type of likes and everything else, right? They do it. But this, the real talk, see, don't nobody want to hear this. See, don't nobody want to share this. Speaking of that, please subscribe to the channel, guys. Please hit the like button. Share it with your friends. One thing you can realize that when we do these podcasts, I'm going to talk real tough. I'm going to talk real talk. CMD. Concrete Men Discussions. We're gonna have some serious talks that people don't want to talk about, that need to be talked about. So we can't let obstacles get in our way from doing what we got to do. From us doing what we got to do to make our lives better, right? Go to school. Get your education. Don't let things get in your way. Stop making excuses because your mom died, daddy died, dog died, whatever. There are obstacles. We got to run through obstacles. We got to run through them, not run away from them. We run through them. So when someone come at you with some mess, you come at them. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to be great. I'm not gonna let that statistics class get in my way. I'm not gonna let that history class. I'm gonna go get help. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So people, let's do what we gotta do. Let's get these urban areas cleaned up. Community leaders, stop resting on your titles. Stop sitting back in this, oh, I'm so-and-so, so-and-so. I'm the councilman, I'm the councilwoman, blah, 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 blah. It sounds good. Until somebody want to take that title from you, then you're about to lose your mind. Some comes with that title. You did that for, you said you wanted to help the community. That's why you're doing what you're doing. So somebody talking about taking that from you or giving you something, then all of a sudden you turn a blind eye to stuff. Like, that's really not happening. We have to do a better job in our communities. We have to do a better job of our young men and women from getting murdered in their own backyard. Like I said, I'm hearing too much on the Philly news, too much on the New York news. There's always someone out 2 o'clock in the morning getting murdered. 14-year-old, 15-year-old riding a bike, shot 3 times in the head, whatever. Or the senseless thing that happened a couple weeks ago, where a young man ran a dude down in broad daylight and shot him 3 times. Over what? A female. because he spoke to her. Thought he was talking to her, whatever going on. Wow. Somebody telling me that you were that sensitive. You were that sensitive that you worried about that man talking to that young woman. You went back and did what you had to do and came back and killed that person. Now you done for life. Your kid is done. You had a kid. He's done because you messed his mind. What we doing here? So that is being selfish, right? A lot of these crimes that these young men are doing, they are selfish because they go out there and kill people for what? They don't see the consequences going to happen to it. You don't think you're not going to get caught? All these cameras out here these days, doorbell cameras, ring cameras, everything else going on. You're going to get caught. They're going to catch you. They're going to get you off the street because they don't want you coming into their neighborhood doing that mess. So if you don't think you're going to get caught for doing these senseless murders, wrong. Get ready to have Bubba as your cellmate. Hope you don't like eating because he's going to take your food. Get ready for Bubba to be your cellmate. So you was tough guy here. So the tough guys out here on the streets with these weapons, right? But when they in their one-on-one, no skills. So we got to do a better job in raising our children and guiding them and being in their lives so where we can stop this black on black crime, black and brown crime too. They're just as bad. Most time over what? Money, drugs, women. And number 4, materialistic shit. So you're not going to hear them guys talk about this kind of stuff on that podcast. Always about sports. Okay, yeah, we do that during the week, right? We do that, but it has to be some serious conversations about this. Because when it doesn't affect them, affect their community, it's okay. So it's okay. It's affecting our community. We do it to our community. They don't do that to their community. They don't tear that shit up. We tear our shit up. We got to stop tearing our communities up. And it starts with our young men and women tearing our community up. Let's get some more of them into school. Let's get them more into these IT stuff. Let's get more into the IT schooling. Get them some more teachers out here, right? We have to do a better job. We have to do a better job than what we're doing, guys. Better job. We're losing. It's like a Pop Warner team playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. They just getting mashed up. We just getting mashed out. But why? Everybody's running, ducking. Don't nobody want to handle it, right? Because it's too much. It's too much. And when they do give them money for stuff, we don't know what's going on with it. Well, how come this don't have more funding for this Boys and Girls Club? How come more this go over here? How come we don't have 3 Boys and Girls Club? Not to where they got to travel from here all the way to the other side of town. We have to do a better job. We have to do a better job. Our community has to do a better job. And it starts with us. So like I said before, don't put it off on the policemen. Don't put it off on the teachers. Parents, starts with us. Community leaders, since you want to be that community leader, you want that title, right? Starts with you. What are you going to do about it? Right? Everybody wants a shot at the title. Till they get the title. Now you got to defend the title. Everybody wants a shot at the title. Till you get the title, now you have to defend the title. What are you going to do about it? Got to get better. See, I get these things in my head, and God bestows this on me and say, talk about this. It's needed. It's happening too much in our communities. I go back up to Camden, man. I see all these young boys in the street. How come you're not in school? How come they're not in school? I don't get it. I was afraid. I was afraid of hooking school. It never crossed my mind about hooking school. I did not miss on one day of high school. From one, I love going to school because we had sports and everything else all was going on, right? I used to love going to school. I love being in that community. I love to be with my classmates. I said I was part of living. Walking past the donkeys, right? Walking past the Panzerotti shops, right? The rivalries, man, with Camden High and Woodrow Wilson, the rivalries with football. So we had that. We had the same thing you guys going. Same obstacles, right? Crimes going on, everything else. But I didn't let that get in my way. My mother wouldn't let that get in our way. Can't let obstacles get in your way from doing what you have to do. Stop making excuses for not doing what you have to do. Again, like I told you, we don't deal with obstacles. We don't deal with obstacles in here, excuses or drama. We don't do it. Once you allow obstacles get in your way, you will not be successful. Once you start allowing obstacles to get in your way, you will not be successful. Gotta run through it like a brick wall. If my coach would ask me to run through that wall for him, I ran through that wall for him. It's how bad you want it. How bad you want to be great. Again, jokers, when you guys misbehave, there's consequences. Somebody's gonna be telling you what to do for a long time. Somebody's gonna be giving you a roll of toilet paper for a long time. You might get a couple bad trays. Oh, trays are bad tonight. I ain't got no commissary. Some come with that. But if you keep on doing what you're supposed to do, take care of yourself, take care of your community, and stay away from that mess. You can go to the refrigerator anytime you want to go to the refrigerator. But if you allow people to have you do things you ain't supposed to do, you allow people to run you up on a snag, right? If you're looking for love in all the wrong places, that love should start at home with your parents. Not with your homeboy, not with your homegirl, not with your gang members. It starts with home. Mom and dad should be telling you how much they love you. Brothers and sisters should be telling you how much they love each other. That's where that love comes from. Not looking for that wrong person to steer you the wrong way. When something happens, he's running and you getting caught and you doing the 30 years. We got to do a better job of teaching. Let them know to our kids, this is what happens to you if this happens. We do this. This is what happens. Keep your hands to yourself. Cut the domestic violence out. Stop it. Keep your hands to yourself. I know a lot of us learned and watched that. A lot of it is learned behavior. You watch it, right? You see your parents doing it. But when we get older, we got to be able to control that, right? So you know what? That's wrong. If I did that, that's wrong. I'm not going to do that no more. That's wrong. If you seen somebody doing that, that's wrong. Somebody putting their hands on each other, that's wrong. Again, black on black crime, black on brown crime, that violence is wrong. We have to do a better job, guys. We have to. Otherwise, the same thing history's gonna keep repeating itself. Will keep repeating itself. Mind you, I'm growing up in Camden. I seen this. I'm a little dude, seeing a man murdered right in front of us. Why? Because the guy talked to the dude's daughter. He said, "I told you to stop talking to my daughter," and he shot him right in front of us. So ever since I was 2, 3 years old, I've been seeing violence. So you're gonna do two things: either you're gonna become violent like that, and you'll do that type of behavior, or you're gonna do something about it. See, but my mother raised us better, so she wanted to see that kind of stuff. She wanted to do that kind of stuff. She taught us, and there was consequences if you didn't do what you're supposed to do. If she asked you to do something and you didn't do it, there was consequences. So we knew not to get in trouble. We knew not to stress her over BS. Then you gotta have some common sense of your own, right? No, I don't want nobody telling me when I should go to bed at night. No, I don't want nobody telling me what I can eat. No, I don't want to tell me when I can get the toilet paper, right? Oh, I need some toothpaste. I don't want nobody telling me that. But it starts with you. It starts at home. Then it goes abroad, right? To the community leaders. Like I said, I don't expect the cops. I don't expect the teachers to raise my kids. That's up to us. Whether the father's in the house or not in the house, we have to do a better job. Mom's got to do a better job. Dad's got to do a better job. Uncle's got to do a better job. Remember, I said a family is a village, right? Village. Hey, we got to raise each other's kids, right? Hey, so-and-so's doing that over there. Hey, bro, you better stop that. And for them not to get up there and get mad because you said something to them because they got tender. Oh, Mr. So-and-so said something to me. We gotta get better. It starts with our kids' generation, right? Our kids are in their 20s and 30s. It starts with them. They gotta have their kids teaching their kids right now. This is what you don't do. You're not gonna tear up your own damn community. Stop it. So you have to walk through places like Baltimore, East St. Louis, Camden, Newark, Jersey City, them different places, Patterson, to where the neighborhoods are so tore up or burnt down, or people living in them abandoned homes, in them row homes. We have to do a better job. Like I said, it starts with us. I know it's time to go. I can talk to you guys all day. But I appreciate you guys for tuning into the podcast today, guys. I truly appreciate you guys for tuning in to CMD. Again, my name is Dougie Wynn, the host of CMD Podcast. Again, we'll be at each other next week and hopefully get some more. Hopefully we get some guests on here, right? If not, we still gonna do it, guys. See, one thing people are not gonna do is stop from doing what I gotta do. I know the word has to be spread. I know the love has to be spread. I know that peace has to be spread. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give a shout out to the angels. I didn't forget you guys. You know, I didn't forget my angels. And for those who tune into the CMD podcast, and those who turn into the CMD with the workouts, you know what our angels are. Forget if this is someone's first time. The angels are our autistic children. We don't like to use the word autistic because they're our angels, right? So that's why we don't like using the word autistic or autism. We like using our angels. We want to show them love and we'll give them praise. Because why? They are worthy to be praised. Our angels are worthy to be praised. And that's why we should get more subscribers. Guys, angel parents and your friends, get them on it. Let them know that every day that Dougie Wynn do a podcast, so he does a video, that he gonna uplift our children. Somebody got to care about them. See, people don't work because it's not affecting them. That's why they do what they do. It's not affecting them. Let's go. We're gonna go roll call. Brother Marky Mark, I love you, brother. Hope you feel better, man. God bless you, man. Feel better. Get better over the stomach virus you got. God bless you, man. Feel better, Marky Mark. Brother Noah, Brother Donnie, Brother Jasir, Brother Corey, Brother Cairo, Brother Quadri, Brother Ethan, and newcomer to the class, Brother Timothy. Hey, welcome aboard, Brother Timothy. God bless you, man. We love you, man. And welcome again, Tyler Perry. If you're out there, please give us a shout out. They don't want much. They don't want nothing from you, my brother. Just a shout out, man. I know people come at you left and right asking for things. Nah, bro, we just want that love from you, man. We know you're a loving guy, man. You're a loving dude, and we appreciate you, Mr. Perry. We appreciate you. Give our angels a shout out again. For those who first timers, we call it autistic children. We call them our angels. Shout out to Sister Natalie. She's one of our angels too. Sister Natalie, one of our angels. She's a newcomer too. Again, shout out to the Work Center in Roselle, New Jersey. They are the ones that have the angels over there teaching them good stuff over there, and we appreciate you guys. Like I said before, I know it's not easy. I know that's not easy for you guys to do that, and we appreciate you guys. I know you guys gonna get paid nearly enough to do what you guys do, and I appreciate you guys. I applaud you guys. I give you guys a standing ovation. The things that you guys do over there on Cox Street in Roselle, New Jersey. I salute you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking care of my Marky Mark. I appreciate you guys. Yes, so again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. And again, we'll see you guys later on the channel. When a little workout video. We gotta get a swole on. Gotta get a swole on. But this conversation today was needed. I really was in my heart to talk about this. It was needed. We gotta get more people involved, right? These people with these names, guys that came from the communities, right? They get in this community, they leave, and they forget about where they came from. We can't forget about where we come from. This is what made us. This is what made us who we are. This is why I'm so mentally tough. Been through it, seen the murders. Football game. Fight, gang violence, break out football game that I participated in. So this kind of stuff that makes you hard, right? Makes you callous. You can go either way with it. You can go wrong or go right. My mom, you gonna go right. I want to go right. You gotta have some common sense of your own. So this is what you want to do, right? Again, shout out to all my friends. I love you guys. Shout out to Marky Mark. Shout out to Sister Shirley. Shout out to Sister Andrea, Sister Devin. I appreciate you guys. Brother Scott Reininger, love you, my brother. Guys, we gotta do better, guys. We gotta do better. Gotta do better. Love you guys. Next week on the podcast. I love you. Peace. Again, guys, let's get it better. Let's start. It starts in the home, and it starts with our community leaders. We gotta do a better job. Stop running when the S hit the fan. You start running and worrying about where the shit gonna hit it. Run to it, guys. We can't let obstacles get in our way. Right? Again, shout out to you guys. I love you guys. One love. Peace.